Good afternoon, students. Now we are going to move ahead in our second chapter of our business studies, forms of business. So now, after looking at the merits and demerits of cooperative organizations, we are going to look at the types of cooperative organizations now. So there are basically six types of cooperative organizations. So let us do it one by one. The first one is consumer cooperative society. So who is a consumer? Basically, consumer is that person who purchases goods and services for his own satisfaction. So here it will be a group of consumers, okay, who will be making a cooperative society. Okay, so why do they make it? Simply because they want to purchase some goods from the market. So what they used to do here, at least 10 members are required to make this cooperative organization. So such kind of peoples with same common interest will join this consumer cooperative society, or they will make this type of cooperative society. Now, this society consists of consumers who join together to eliminate the middleman. See, middlemen are those people like retailer, wholesaler, because of whom the prices of the goods gets increased in the market, because they also add their profit in it. So if consumer cooperative society deals directly with the manufacturer, then in this case it's possible that they can negotiate and get these goods at a very cheaper price, and whatever the margin which has been eliminated of this middleman, it will be like their saving. Okay, because they are buying directly from the manufacturer, so they will be getting everything for cheap. Now, the consumer cooperative society purchase goods directly from the manufacturer and sell them to the members at reasonable prices. Now, what they will be doing, they have already bought this goods from the manufacturer, suppose. Now, they are going to distribute this among their members. Okay, so these goods will be distributed at a very cheap price among the members. Now, the profit of the store is distributed among all the members as dividend on capital and bonus in proportion to their purchase during the year. Now, whatever the profit is there will be distributed among their members of any particular year in the form of dividend. Dividend is a part of profit which has been given to the shareholders, and bonuses in their proportion of their purchases during the year. So whatever the purchase has been made, so according to it they'll be getting benefits in terms of profits or dividends. Okay. Now, the objective of this type of forming consumer cooperatives are to ensure steady supply of essential goods. So here the supply of the goods will be hassle free, there will be no problems. It will be a very easy supply of produced goods and services to them. Now the second, to supply the goods at a reasonable prices by eliminating the profit margin of middlemen. So here what they have done, the main objective was to just reduce this supply chain and eradicating all this middlemen such as retailers and wholesalers, and contacting directly with the manufacturers. So here, because of this, they are getting the goods at a reasonable price. Now the third point, to supply the goods and services of high quality. Okay, now here what they are planning here, that they will be giving high quality goods, like because they have made a group and they are simply doing welfare of the consumer who are members, so definitely they will definitely try to get the goods of a very good quality or high quality. Now the producers cooperative society. So who is a producer? Producer is that person who produces the goods, or we can say manufacturers. So what is the main problem here? The main problem which comes here is that when we talk about producer, there are some big producers in the market. So all these big producer can buy and purchase raw material anytime they want. The problem and question arise of about what happens to these small producers, what about them? So they really face this problem. So such kind of producer cooperative society solves their problem actually. Okay, so here this society consists of small producers. This is very important to note, that small producer make this producer cooperative society, who individually find it difficult to procure inputs and get the machinery and latest technology. These are our two types of producers cooperatives. So definitely these small firms, they find difficulty in buying raw materials or inputs and getting the machinery which they can install in their companies, and the latest technology which has been there used by the big firms. So it is very difficult for them. So that's why they making here the producers cooperative society. Okay, now there are basically two types of producers cooperatives. The first one is the one which provides raw material and puts machinery etc to the producer can concentrate on production. So one type of producer cooperative will be dealing in the raw material. They be buying uh, raw materials from the producers, and they will be supplying to such kind of small producers. Okay, so this is how they are going to supply the raw material, because actually they are helping this small producer by making the availability of the raw material to them. Now the second one, the one which sell the goods produced by this producer. Now another one, the productive cooperative society is will be the one when the goods will be manufactured, they are going to sell it. So when they will sell it, so definitely those goods are belonging of the producers. So one is helping in raw material and another is helping in selling those produced goods. Okay, now the profit of the producers, now suppose profit is there in this type of cooperative society, is distributed in the proportion of the goods sold by each member of the society. So how the profit is going to be shared? It will be based on the on each member's shares or sales in the area. Okay, now suppose any person is there any member is there who is selling the goods, so definitely the amount will be noted down, that how much amount of sales he has done, and profit will be distributed according to that percentage. Okay, now the main objective of the producers cooperative are: the first one, to ensure steady supply of raw material, input, etc. at a reasonable price. So definitely the first objective should be the supply of raw materials, inputs, okay, at a reasonable price, means cheap prices. This is the first objective. Second, to provide latest machinery and new technology of production. As we know that without good technology, production is not possible even for the small producers. So definitely they will be getting machinery and improved technology at a very cheaper prices. Then third point, to ensure smooth distribution and sales of good produced by these members. So when these small producers are going to produce the good, then also no problem is there. Already this producer cooperative society will be selling their produced goods in the market. Now the third one, to ensure smooth distribution and resale sales of good produced by the members. Okay, so we already done it. Now fourth one, helping the producers to concentrate their attention on the production of goods. Now as already the raw material, the purchase of the raw material and sales of the goods is been taken care by producers cooperative society, so there is no problem now to produce the goods easily. They can focus, or they can put their attention upon the production of the goods. So this is how they can also improve the quality of the goods, because all the work already been taken care by this producers cooperative society. So there will be very less problem which will be faced by the producers, small producers, and they'll be focusing on maintaining the quality of the goods. Okay, now third one is cooperative marketing society. Now this is a marketing society, so common interest here will be regarding the marketing of goods. Okay, so the cooperative society consists of a small producer who find it difficult to sell their product at a profit. Now what happens when the small producer they want to sell? So what happens, they are not able to get good prices for their produce. Okay, so here they can join cooperative marketing society, where all these members can pull their goods at one place, and they have this, then after that they will be getting this bargaining power. Okay, so whenever they will be selling it, so they will be getting good prices for their produced goods. Okay, so here the output of all the small producers is brought together. Okay, now what they are doing here, they are bringing in all the producer bringing in their manufactured goods at one place and sold at the best price. Okay, so best price they will be getting. Now such a society helps to improve the bargaining power and competitive position of its members. Okay, I already told you about this. It performs various marketing functions such as transportation, warehousing, packaging, grading, etc. Now, as we know that this is a marketing society, so marketing activities are written over here. Transportation, because the marketing process starts when the product already is been manufactured, like the final output is ready, like a packet of biscuit, so it is a ready product to sell in the market. After this the marketing activity begins, like transportation is required, warehousing will be required, packaging will be required, grading will be required. So all these things will be taken care by some marketing society. So the profit and the sale produce are directly distributed among the members according to their respective shares in the common sales pool. So whatever the sales has been done, so the profit will be distributed of the sales among the members in that ratio. Now, the main objective of the marketing cooperative societies are the first to ensure steady and favorable market for the output of its members. So they will be creating a kind of market where all these small producer can easily sell their goods. Okay. Then second point, to ensure the best price for the output. So here they will be ensuring that they get the best price for their manufactured goods. जो भी goods बनाए उसके लिए अच्छे से अच्छे दाम मिल पाए उनको. Okay. The third point, to provide facilitate transportation, warehousing, packaging, etc., which individually cannot be afforded by the members. So here all these marketing activities are very costly, and these activities involves a lot of cost. Okay, so it is not possible that a single person can afford it, but because this marketing cooperative society is there, its presence make it easier for them to get and avail all these kind of services. The fourth point, to ensure honest trading practices in weighing, measuring, and accounting. And now this cooperative society also helps in practicing this weighing, like the product's weight and all regarding to the measures, because when we talk about the product, definitely it has some standard weight, so there will be no dishonesty in regarding it. And also the measurement of the product will be perfect, and the accounting system will also be according to norms of the country. Now the fifth point, to eliminate the middleman and have direct dealing with the customer. Now what they used to do, they will be dealing directly with the customers. So what happens, by eradicating or eliminating all these retailer and wholesaler, they will be able to sell at a very cheap price, because if manufacturers are selling directly to the consumer, then definitely they will be able to sell them at a very cheap price. So same work is being done by the marketing cooperative society. So they are contacting directly with the customer here. Okay, maybe by setting up some website or contacting them somehow. Okay, now the cooperative credit society. Now it consists of people with limited means. Okay. Now here main purpose is credit. Credit means udhar. Okay. Now it consists of people with limited means who find it difficult to arrange credit and loan. So this is beneficial for those people who are looking for credit, some credit or loan. These societies provide financial help or assistance to its members and promotes habit of saving among the members. Now what they used to do, they promote the habits of saving among their members, and also provide this financial help to their members, because it is very important to learn that saving is also important. So each and every member must be motivated to save more, so this will help them. And of course the financial help will definitely be provided, because these types of credit society are there for providing the loan. Okay. Now the funds of this society consist of share capital contributed by the members and deposit made by the members and outsider. So here the share capital, when the shares were distributed among the members, so they must have brought in some cash. Okay, so these are the funds. And also some of the members who are depositing their money with credit, this type of credit society, their money is also lended out as a loan. Okay, the funds are used for giving the loans to needy members on easy terms. The credit cooperative formed by the farmers is known as Rural Credit Cooperative. Okay. Now here easy terms, on easy terms they are giving the loans means what? Terms means नियम and शर्तें. Okay. तो जो शर्तें होती है उनकी बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. So at a very nominal condition they are going to provide this loans, and also the rate of interest which will be charged is going to be less. Okay. Now the credit cooperative formed by the farmer, if farmers are making such kind of credit cooperative, it will be called as rural credit cooperative. If the second one is credit cooperative formed in the urban means that area which has been civilized little bit, some houses like Ratlam and Javra, so we are in urban areas, so urban areas are known as urban banks, so here it will be called as an urban bank. The main motive of credit cooperative organization are to protect the member from exploitation of money lenders. So as we know that in market already some money lenders are there who are going to provide loan but at a very high rate of interest. So here they got saved by these types of greedy money lenders. And by approaching this all this type of credit society, we can avail loans at a very cheap rate of interest, so which is good for the members. Then the second point or objective we can say to ensure loans on easy terms and low rate of interest. So I already told you the first point is regarding the money lender, so no exploitation will be done. Then second, low rate of interest you are going to get the loans, and also on easy terms, आसान शर्तों पे. Okay. Then the third one is to develop the habit of saving among the members. So it also helps objective main objective is to promote this habit of saving among the peoples, because when we save the money, automatically what happens, we end up with saving lot of money at the end of year. So this is good, always consider as good to save the money. So this promote the habit of saving among the members. Now the fifth one is cooperative farming society. What is cooperative farming society now? This consists of small farmers who join together to avail the benefits of large scale mechanized farming. Such as societies are particularly important in the case of countries such as India, where agriculture suffers from excessive subdivision fragmentation of land. The farmer cooperative society is also known as agriculture cooperative. The main objectives are, so here what happens in this cooperative farming society, as we know that there are many small farmers. So what they used to do actually, whenever they want to sell their produce, okay, whatever the agriculture output is there, so they are all fragmented, means they are like scattered all around in India, and they don't have proper channel where they can sell their goods. So what help they can get here, cooperative farming society, they will just pull up all these types of agriculture output, and it will be accumulated at one place, सबको एक जगह इकट्ठा किया जाएगा, and then they will be selling it from there in the market. So what benefit they will get, they are going to get good prices for it. In a country like India, it is very important to know that there are some middlemen involved here, or traders who will buy directly from such kind of small farmers, and they give very less price for their produce agriculture output, okay, which is not right. So to improve the condition of such kind of small farmers, these types of cooperative farming society is very helpful, so they can sell through them, and of course they will be getting good prices for their produce. Now, what are the objectives of these types? Helping the small farmers, the first objective, to get the benefit of the mechanized farming. So even some facilities which are required, like in agriculture we need some implement tools and equipment, so all these things are also been provided here. So in every single manner, if you're supporting these small farmers, so then this is considered as a good, and it will strengthen the condition of such kind of small farmers. Now what else they need? Improved seeds, fertilizer, so this is another objectives. Modern technique means tools and equipment, as I told you, so easily they can avail such kind of goods, small farmers, because big and large farmers, they can easily afford such kind of tractors and all, but it is not possible for the small farmer to avail such kind of goods. Okay, so second point definitely points us toward the improved fertilizers and all these kind of seeds and modern techniques. Then the third point is about providing social and economic security to the peasants. Now who are peasant? Peasant are small farmers. Okay, so here the social and economic security they will get definitely, because when they will be able to get um, all this kind of tools and equipment, they will be able to produce in a very good manner. So by this they will automatically get some strength in the standard of living. Gradually it will be done, not at once, but gradually it will be done. So socially and economically means they will be getting some money out of it. Okay, so it will definitely strengthen their condition in the economy. Now the cooperative housing society. So what will the main purpose here for forming such kind of cooperative housing society? It is housing. Okay, so whenever somebody wants, suppose somebody is there who wants house to live in, so he can approach such kind of housing society. Okay, now these societies are formed to provide residential accommodation to its member. So whoever is the member, he is simply looking for one common thing, that is residence. एक घर चाहिए होता है, ठीक है, for that he can approach such kind of cooperative housing society. Now what happens in this society purchase a big plot or land. सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं, they will be purchasing a big plot or land somewhere, then they will construct flats on these, and they will sell these flats to the member on installment in easy terms. So what they will be doing, they'll be purchasing the big land, they'll be making multi stories on it, and then they will be selling it to its member at a very less rate of interest and easy installment. Okay, So some housing cooperative provide loans to their members for building houses. Now some housing society also provide loans to their members, okay, so that it will be easy for them to pay it in easy installments. Now these society are very popular in urban areas. The main objective of the cooperative societies are first providing residential accommodation to members. Okay, so whoever is the member, he is simply over there for getting some house or a residence. Okay, where he can stay. Then second, the helping the member to purchase house at lower cost. Lower cost meant at a low rate of interest. They'll be getting house, so they can easily purchase house at a very cheap rate of interest. The third point is providing civic amenities like roads, park, street lights, parking, etc. So here one can easily get all these kinds of facilities, such everybody like they, if they are making some kind of society, then definitely they will ensure that there will be some proper roads, park will be there so that the children can play, and street lights and parking facility should also be there. So all these facilities automatically it will also be provided, because it will be done as a common thing, because in society so many people are going to stay, so it is like a common thing for them which they can share among themselves. So it will be provided, means all this facility will be provided by this cooperative housing society. Now this difference, no need to do these differences. Okay. Okay, so now that's all for today. We'll be continuing tomorrow with our joint stock company, which is an important topic. Okay, as of now, thank you.